All right, welcome Wildcats fans. Hope you had a wonderful holiday. I'm Alex Von Keutel, and with me for this week's Wildcats Wednesday is Wildcats head coach John LaFontaine. Coach, did you have a nice holiday?
I did, Alex. It was great. How about you?
Absolutely, yeah. Traveling was a little bit rough, but other than that, it was pretty good. Some weather mix-ups at the end there, but
Well, it was probably warm, though, for the beginning, I imagine.
oh yeah, it was actually probably nicer up in Chicago than it was down here. From what I heard from all the snowstorms and whatnot. But I think we got everything that you guys got down here at the very end, just as we were about to leave from Chicago. So,
You got it. You got it. We had a rough couple days.
yeah. Well, Coach, it's good to hear that you had a nice holiday. It seemed everyone within the Wildcats organization was in need of a bit of a break after a pretty rough weekend. 10 days now without a game. It's the longest break since before the showcase. So, how important was it for the team to get a break like this?
I think it's important for any team. To me, Christmas is special, and the break is special, and you got to get home, see family, and it was nice to have that type of break. I think it's a good um, mental break for the guys, and physically also, and I think they'll be ready to come back and hit the second half strong.
So, Coach, hate to make you revisit that weekend a little bit, but what were some of the problems in that three-game series against the Brahmas, and what are some things you guys can take from that stint and improve on?
Well, they simply wanted it more and outworked us. They came in here on a mission. They really didn't change much up except they played a lot stronger off the puck than us. When the puck was getting dropped at faceoffs, you could see them jumping before us, them getting into us before us, kind of like the line of scrimmage. They were ready, they were hungry, and I think after two games we counted they had five face-off goals. Goals from our end right off the face-off, and
Wow.
that should never happen.
Right.
That just tells you who was ready to play and who wasn't. So from that standpoint, it was disappointing on our end. Um, we didn't come out and start the game strong, other than the middle game, and the middle game was certainly one that we should have won and could have won and probably should have won. But the other two games were disappointing from a compete standpoint. We weren't ready to play.
It was a little bit disappointing from a fan's point of view as well. This Wildcats team this season had never lost even two games in a row going up to that series, and then three straight losses. So it was certainly a humbling experience, which is never really a bad thing, especially for a young team like this.
Yeah, well, we'll take this and it'll kind of help us build on something for the rest of the year. Guys didn't like the feeling. Nobody liked the feeling after that weekend, and obviously we all left pretty quick after that, or all left for Christmas. But it left a sour taste in your mouth, and we hadn't tasted that in a long time. Haven't felt that in a long time, and it's like you just said, it's never a bad thing.
Coach, you guys are playing the Amarillo Bulls, a home and home series upcoming Thursday night in their building, and then Saturday night back at the KYC to kick off the new year. You've played three very tough games against them. Of course, the first was that bitter defeat in early November. The next day, you guys bounced back to avoid the sweep on the road in a hard-fought win. And then 2 weeks after that, back in Amarillo, you come from behind with zero point 0.2 seconds left in the game to tie it and end up winning the game in overtime. So despite the pretty big differential in the standings between the two teams, the Bulls have given the Wildcats quite a run for their money this season. So what are some of the keys against them over the next few days?
For some reason, we just don't match up strong against them. And I do think that we haven't respected them like we needed to. We haven't put defense first, and they've had the ability to score on us. They've scored early and gotten some leads, and then held on. The one game we were fortunate to come back and win it in overtime, and the guys battled hard. That's for sure. But we have to go in with the mindset that they're not a pushover. They're not a last place team that you just have to show up. And there's really nobody in this league that's like that.
Right.
They're capable of beating anyone. They beat Lone Star. They're capable of beating anyone. In the second half, everybody gets better. Everybody's improved and improving, and especially the teams that didn't have as good a first half, they're hungrier. So we have to kind of match that fire and that hunger to want to compete, want to play, and the willingness to play defense. That's been our struggle against them. Um, we don't put that extra effort on the back check, that extra effort getting our hits and boxing out their men. So they've gotten some rebound goals and they've gotten some odd man rushes that we just can't give up.
Speaking of defense, some lineup changes to be in order here soon for the Wildcats. Dementis Sipis returning from Lithuania after representing his country in a pretty successful tournament, from what I've heard. In addition, of course, to Ben Lown, who missed the last few games in a short stint in Youngstown. So how important is it to have those two back after encountering a bit of a mini slump here?
It's great. It's nice to have the guys back. I think we're going to be healthy. I think we'll have a full lineup for once. That's been a long time. Obviously, getting Holden Cronin off the IR and getting him in games was great to see. And I thought he played really. We all thought he played really well.
Yeah.
After being gone that long, he showed what we've liked in him right from the start. Smart and steady. So it's great to have some battles for positions. That's one thing that's helped us most of the year. Guys have had to battle during the week just to earn a spot in the lineup to want to play, and you want to keep that environment where they just can't rest and be content that they've got to come to work every week or they'll find themselves in the stands. And you want to create that atmosphere and be consistent about it, and we'll be working to get that back. Benny's got that speed and quickness, and he brings that every night. So you're always going to miss that because he has a tendency to push the other team back because of his explosiveness, and obviously probably could have used that against Lone Star. And Dom is that physical presence that we could have used against Lone Star. He's strong, he's big, very, very, very sound defensively, and he plays the body. So he gives us a little extra respect at the back end there as far as boxing out and guys going to our net, because they certainly went to our net hard.
Absolutely look forward to seeing the two of them in action this Thursday and this Saturday night. And Coach, we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alex.
Of course, that's Coach John LaFontaine, the head coach of your Wichita Falls Wildcats, and I'm Alex Von Coydel, bringing you this week's edition of Wildcats Wednesday. Hope you can make it out to the KYC this Saturday for some Wildcats hockey presented by Armored Roofing. Call the Wildcats office or box office for tickets, 716-5587 or 716-5555. Till next time, so long, folks.